What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review a film that I saw on Netflix over the weekend called Beauty. It was written by Lena Waithe. Y'all know Lena Waithe. She created The Shy, among some other things. And it was directed by someone named Andrew Dasonmu. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. So anyway, it stars Gracie Marie Bradley, Niecy Nash, Giancarlo Esposito, and Sharon Stone. Now listen, that's a pretty good cast. I wasn't familiar with Gracie, but we know Niecy Nash, we know Giancarlo Esposito and Sharon Stone. And Giancarlo Esposito is one of those actors that everything he's in I enjoy. I enjoy his acting. He's a great actor. So I was minding my business, y'all. I was on Instagram scrolling through and I stumbled upon Lena Waithe's page, right? And then there was this clip that caught my eye. And it was this beautiful young lady sitting there. And it looked like it was, throwback, looked like the 80s. And she was sitting there with her parents and a record exec. And the record exec was trying to get her to sign the contract. And she said, I'd like my lawyer to look over it first. And the record exec, played by Sharon Stone, was like, no, your father looked it over already, Beauty, so what's the problem? And Beauty was like, well, okay, he looked it over, that's great, but now my lawyer can look it over. And her father like explodes, grabs her, and that was the scene I saw, and I said, oh, this looks good. But then as I was looking at it, I was like, it looks very familiar. Like just look familiar. I was like, it was something about that scene. It looked familiar. These overbearing parents, this record exec, and the girl, she was giving me 80s Whitney Houston vibe, like early 80s Whitney Houston. So I said, let me check this film out. And listen, as soon as I got there, I was like, yep, this was truly, definitely inspired by the late, great Whitney Houston. And so it's basically about this young lady named Beauty. And look at the similarities between her and Whitney Houston. Her mother, played by Niecy Nash, is a choir director, great singer, who also did a lot of background session work, but her career has not popped off, And then you have the father, who is this very strict, but you can see he's chasing the dollar, and he knows, he's using his daughter, and I don't know what Whitney's father was doing, but you can see even the way they had him dressed, it looks like old footage of you seeing of Whitney Houston and her father. And then she has two brothers, Cain and Abel, and I'm like, oh, the parallel. And then Cain and Abel, those are her two brothers, and one of the brothers is a half brother because he got a different daddy. I said, see, they really studied Whitney Houston here. And then there's this character named Jasmine, which is Beauty's girlfriend. So I said, aha, the rumors and all the stuff that Robin Crawford was supposedly Whitney Houston's lesbian lover, and of course this was denied back in the day. And then once Whitney passed, and Robin wrote a book saying, well, we dibbled and dabbled, but then she broke it off because she didn't think it was, they broke off or whatever. So basically that's pretty much the story. So let's say they kind of did like what Dreamgirls did with the Supremes. They took the Supreme story and was like inspired by that, and then just made their own thing. That's how Dreamgirls came about. So that's what they did here with Beauty, exploring the relationship and the drama. And I want to say the acting here is pretty superb. It's pretty good. You get to see, I guess this is Lena Waithe's version of and her interpretation of what might have happened to a young Whitney Houston prior to getting the big stardom. It's like her interpretation. So, they changed the character's name. So it's inspired by, but there's a lot of similarities. The family is against her being lesbian, as she's going to go towards this career. We learned that her mother is jealous of her because, like I said, the mother really didn't get that opportunity, and the mother doesn't really want her to surpass her, but the mother has trained her and taught her everything she knows. And there's a scene in there that kind of like they're at a table and the mother tells her, oh, you good, but you can't hold a candle to me. And I'm like, what kind of mother says that to their child? Listen, you're supposed to want your child to, do better than you, be better than you. As a father, I'm like, listen, if my kids are doing so, I want them to surpass me. But, I thought that was interesting. And Niecy Nash does a great job playing this overbearing mother who In the beginning, you're like, whoa, this chick is crazy. And, you know, a little messed up. And Giancarlo Esposito as that father who's just ruthless. It was, their performances were great. And the fact that they're jealous of their kids because he's jealous of one of the sons, because the son still has his good looks. And it was just really interesting. And they, like I said, they're not happy with her being a lesbian and dealing with that. And then we get where Sharon Stone comes into play. Sharon Stone is like the her name is Colonizer in here, and it's Colonizer Records, and she is the, I guess she's the Clive Davis here. And so she's like, oh, we want you. We have the potential. You have the great voice, this and that. But she wants to change some things. It's like, cut all that lesbian stuff out. We can't talk about that. We got to change your image. Matter of fact, that hair, we need different hair. We need you to reach a different demographic. So it does kind of parallel some things, and then they come up with their own things. I thought it was a pretty decent film. One of the things, because me as a music lover and a singer myself, there are different clips of other artists that you know and love. We see Beauty watching, let's say, Patti LaBelle, the Clark sisters, Donna Summer, and other great singers on TV. But we never get to hear Beauty sing. And when they cut to her in the studio, it's just like a, you know, it's inaudible. You don't hear her singing. Same thing with her mother. You don't hear them singing. And I'm like, for you to show us these clips, I was a little disappointed with that. For you to show us these clips of her and who these people that she's inspired by, she's supposed to be this big thing. Y'all could at least gave us some songs, you know, give us some original songs and, you know, something. They gave us nothing, y'all. Beauty didn't sing. We didn't get to hear Beauty sing a lick in this. And I was a little disappointed in that. But the acting in itself moved me. I enjoyed the acting. I thought it was what it represented, showing someone, an artist who she wants to sing. She knows she's great. She wants, but she's being controlled from the very beginning. But they're like, this is what's going to make you a star. Change who you are. And I was like, interesting. I thought for that, I enjoyed the film. But on other aspects of it, I was like, I felt like it needed a little bit more. I wanted more, but I enjoyed the performances in this. And I was like, where have I been at that I never heard of this film? But luckily, scrolling through Instagram, I was able to see the clip, which made me go onto Netflix and watch it. This thing been out since July, y'all. Where have I been? Where have I been? So for me, I enjoyed it. I say check it out. Tell me your thoughts. If you've already seen it, what did you think about the film? Did you like it? Did you feel like it was missing something? I thought it was good. It could have been great, though, if they would have put a little bit more into it and given us a little bit more. Even when they introduced a character played by Joey Badass, because eventually, you know, Beauty meets this young man who I guess he's the Bobby Brown character here. And I wanted them to explore that some more. I wanted more of him in this because Joey Badass is a pretty good actor. He's in the Raising Kanan series. And I just wanted a little bit more of that. But I felt like it was good. It could have used just a little bit more. So, yeah, that's my quick review here. Check it out. Tell me what you thought about it. If you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it and come back here and tell a brother how you felt about it. That's all I have for now. You all be blessed. I will see you all in the next video.